y'all, so I've been using Estee Lauder's Double Wear Stay in Place foundation for almost a year now, and I've absolutely loved it. No complaints with it at all, because I'm the kind of girl that likes that full coverage and I like that matte look, because I can always add like cream blush or like a highlighter or anything else to make it more dewy if I want, but when it comes to foundation, I'm honestly looking for cover. I'm not looking to look like I'm not wearing foundation. If I do that, then I usually just wear like tinted moisturizer. So for me, this foundation has really worked. But I've gotten kind of curious and I've wanted to try other things since I have been using this almost for a straight year. So a lot of my friends suggested I try Lancome's Teint Idole Ultra Foundation. So I got this about 2 weeks ago and I've been using it every day for 2 weeks to try to get a good feel of it. So this video is going to be a comparison between Estee Lauder's Double Wear and Lancome's Teint Ultra Idole. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Estee Lauder, and my color is in Shell Beige, number 5. And on the website it says it's a medium coverage and it's buildable, but I would have to say you have to use very little amounts to get medium coverage. This is mostly a full coverage foundation, but it is buildable. If you start off with just a little amount, it's probably going to be medium, but you can definitely keep adding and adding to have a full coverage. It has an SPF 10 in it. It says it has 15 hours of staying power, but I would also have to say it probably has more than 15 hours. I feel like this stuff is not going to come off until I wash it off. I've had to jump into the pool before because I'm a lifeguard, and I had school before I went to work, so I had makeup on, and this stuff did not come off when it was just a jump in. I mean, if I swim like a 300, then yeah, it's going to come off, but you pretty much need soap and water to get this off. Water is just not going to take it off. And it has way more than a 15-hour staying power, which I really like because it's kind of nice not to have to reapply your makeup or redo it. It's just nice to have it already there. Feels lightweight and comfortable. I will have to disagree with that. That's maybe one thing. It definitely doesn't feel lightweight. You feel like you have makeup on. I mean, maybe throughout the day you get used to it, so like you're not thinking about it, but it definitely does not feel lightweight. It is oil-free and fragrance-free, which I like because I kind of don't want my foundation to have any fragrance. I'd rather put my perfume on or my lotion, so that's a plus for me. And like what I said before, I've been using this product for a year now, and I've gone through 2 bottles, and this is my 3rd bottle, and I still about maybe like half left. So this product does last a long, long time because a little bit does go a long way. I don't think it has medium coverage unless you just add like a little tiny bit, because full coverage really doesn't take very much product. So I like the fact that you do get your money's worth. This foundation is $34, so you definitely get your money's worth. I mean, 2.5 bottles in a year, and granted I don't wear foundation every day, but I do wear it the majority of the time. And I'm only applying this once a day too. I think that's what helps a lot too, because some people, they have to apply it in the morning and then they have to apply it again if they're going out that night. So this foundation is just awesome. I love it. Now moving on to the Lancome. I'm in bisque 6W, and the W stands for a warm undertone. And I have an intensity 3 color because there's 4 different intensities, and I'm the last one of intensity 3, almost intensity 4. So I'm more towards, I guess, a darker shade. But the website does say this is full coverage, but it doesn't seem as full coverage as the Estee Lauder, and almost not full coverage at all to me because I'm so used to the Double Wear. But I mean, it does cover really well, and it has more of a lightweight feel. So I feel like this is going to be really good for the spring and summertime when it's warm outside, and I don't want such a, I guess, a heavy makeup feel on my face. Let's see what else it says. It says it lasts 14 hours. And if you're not doing anything, like if you're studying all day or in school all day, it probably will last 14 hours. But if you're active at all, it's not going to last as long. It definitely doesn't last as long as the Estee Lauder's Double Wear. And it says it leaves your skin with a silky smooth hour after hour. And I will say that it does make my skin feel very smooth and soft. It doesn't say anything about being like a moisturizer or anything, but it does do that. The only thing is this one is a little bit more pricier. It goes for $42. But let's see, this has Oh, they might be the same. This is, let's see here. This has 1 ounce, and this one also has 1 ounce. So this is the same amount of product. The one thing I really do like about Lancome, though, is it has this pump, which is a lot less messier than this. So you can kind of see I've made a mess out of this bottle. Like, there's foundation all over it. And sometimes I pour out too much, and I'm trying to get it back in the bottle. Sometimes I don't pour out enough. This makes it really easy because I know I'm just 1 pump, and that's all I need. Now I'm going to do a coverage comparison of these two on my hands so you can kind of see the difference when it comes to coverage with these guys. Okay, so on my hand I have this 1 beauty mark, and I also have a scar up here from rock climbing. So I feel like this is going to be a really good hand to kind of show the different coverage these products do have to offer. So I'm going to start off with Estee Lauder. I'm going to go ahead and put that on, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Okay, so here's Estee Lauder coverage. And you can still see my beauty mark, but you have to remember that was a very dark beauty mark. But it's covered up pretty well. And then it's completely covered up my scar. I can't even see it at all. So once again, Estee Lauder definitely has really good coverage. Okay, so this is the Lancome. And I actually just noticed by doing this, the Lancome actually covered up the beauty mark a lot better. Which kind of, I mean, if you could, I guess, think about on your face, it might cover up dark underline circles better. So I am very impressed by that. But it didn't do as good a job like when it comes to my scarring. So here's the Lancome cover. And this might be kind of hard to tell on the video camera, but in real life I can promise you it definitely did a lot better job covering up that beauty mark. So these are both really great foundations depending on what you're looking for. Double Wear Estee Lauder's foundation definitely has more of a buildable coverage, but this one has where it's better for covering dark circles underneath the eyes. This one's better for covering up scarring, or I think much better to cover up pimples. So just depending on what kind of coverage you're looking for, usually I do go for the Estee Lauder one because I don't have under eye circle problems, but I occasionally do have the breakout, and also I do have acne scars. When it comes to application, the pump does make it a lot easier on the Lancome. Estee Lauder definitely has a better staying power than Lancome does. And Lancome is also a little bit more pricier. But it has more of a lightweight feel, so it's good for like those hot summer days. So I feel like these two are actually probably going to be my foundations. This will probably be my first pick just because it has more of the qualities I'm looking for, but on a hot summer day, I'll probably go for the Lancome. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Also, please leave comments below if you have any questions. You can leave them in the comment box, or also you can message me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching. Toodles!